There we go. Now we live, right? Now we live. All right, hang in there. Hang in there. These links, these YouTube links, man, they break sometimes. They just break sometimes. So there you go. That's the fun. Hang on there. I know this is going to make you dizzy, but hang in there. Dear Lord in heaven, the room's spinning. All right. All right. Some of you are coming over. Here we go. Let's play a little bit till we get some kids in here, okay? Welcome, my friends, to the 29th day of the 30-Day Guitar Challenge. That's a little tune that I wrote a few years ago. It was actually 2 days ago. It was the anniversary of my father's death, and that was a song that I had written for him. And my father, my buddy, my good friend, Jacob Reynolds, who you guys know, his father just passed away on Sunday, and so I dedicate that to him. So, welcome, my friends. It's the 29th day of the 30-Day Guitar Challenge. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for being on your toes. You guys are ninjas. There was like 400 folks in the last link, and Mike is quick on his toes, and we said, go to this link. Sometimes these links break for whatever reason. We don't even know why. But nonetheless, we got this link. Everything's been reset, and hopefully the internet gods will be with us today. God will be with us today. Okay? Love it. So glad you guys are here, friends. We are going to have a blast today. Everything's coming together now, right? Everything is coming together. The two things that I'm going to be talking about today are super cool because we're taking all the bits and pieces, putting them together. The first part of the program today, we're going to be talking about how to learn and practice songs step by step. So tons of folks are like, dude, I'm practicing these exercises and what have you, but then I go to try to play a song and things don't work out and I'm not learning it as quickly as I would like to, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you a method today for how to break things down. It's psychology. And you can do this with anything. You do it with a guitar solo, do it with a song, do it with a finger picking piece, whatever. It's like scaling a mountain. You could use the same psychology for that, but I promise you it will work. And I'll give you some real world examples for breaking things down so that you can feel the forward momentum, and it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm still walking up Mount Everest and I can't seem to get to the top ever. That's what we're talking about for the first part of the program. I'll talk about it quite a bit, so it's a longer lesson today, okay? Boom. Get into your questions after that. That's from 11 to 12 today. From 12 to 1, I'm going to be talking about the Nashville number system. Friends, if you don't know what this is, or call it the number system, call it whatever you want. It's the Nashville number system. It will absolutely help you to understand music in a way that you didn't before. Super easy. If you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, you're going to be in good shape, okay? I'm going to show you the chords that are associated with this. Absolutely going to change your mind, blow your mind. Get the mop out. There's going to be some minds blown today, okay? If your mind hadn't been blown on this already, it's going to blow today. It's going to get messy, okay? Put up some plastic tarps. It's gonna get gross in here. Mine's going all over the place. That's what's gonna happen, okay? Friends, first off, if you haven't, please give this thing a thumbs up. If you have already, then of course, share it out into the interwebs. Subscribe, notification bell. Thank you, love you. The very first link below is gonna give you access to the PDF. So if you're just joining us right now, which a lot of folks are, right? That's fine. Totally cool. And you can do this 30-day guitar challenge whenever you want. That's the cool thing about it. First link below will give you access to the PDF, talk about everything we're talking about, walking you through the 30 days, which are all up online, right? Tomorrow's the last day of the 30-day guitar challenge. Where are we going after that? Not sure. We'll see. But these, definitely, we're talking about every single day. And then the advanced stuff we're talking about as well. But all these lessons for you in intermediate are available for you for free, high def, with PDFs, step by step, so you don't have to go watch all of these live videos. I'm just here for you to get your questions answered. The second link below is going to give you access to the Unstoppable Guitar System Standard, where you can jump in here and you can rock and roll. Literally the most important videos that you're ever going to watch, because they absolutely are going to build a massive foundation, okay? All right, anything else before we start? No. First off, John Smith, 777. Thank you, buddy. That's not lost on me. Thank you so much for your kind donation of $7.77. The number is not lost on me whatsoever. Deanna Beckett, thank you so much for the $5 donation. So kind. And it was somebody else who just donated. Oh, look at this. Lee Eckhart. Bud, thank you so much. Brian, thank you so much. Wow, it's so generous. 25 bucks. Oh no, a wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Oh no, you're my kind of person, man. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, here we go. They're running smooth. Here we go. Somebody said the sound just went out. Hopefully that's just for one of you and not for all of you. But I'll wait. I'll wait to hear. If I see somebody else saying it, then I'll know it's everybody, and not just you, Christopher. Probably just you, but we'll see. Okay, never mind. Okay, good. All right, let's get into this, friends. We're going to be talking about how to learn and practice songs. So, we can take any song here. I'm literally just going to pick one out of the air. And I'm picking a little song that sounds something like this. In tune, of course. Graybeard. Okay, so that's what we're going to break down today, right? Yes, you got it right. So now we could do this finger picking, we could do it strumming, doesn't matter. The concepts are what we want to get here, okay? Sometimes when I teach these lessons of psychology and what have you in UGS, people say, now what is the tab for that? Never mind, we're not talking about the tab for this. We're talking about conceptual ideas, psychology, to understand how we can break this down. Because you may hate this song, all right? Most people don't. They love this song. It's a perfectly written song, in my opinion. Nonetheless, you may not like it. So we're not even talking about this song. We're talking about how to break down a song. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's analyze this for a minute. First off, we have some finger picking, right? we got some chords, right? We got a C, we got an A minor, we got an F, we got a G, and then later on we got an E minor, right? So we would need to know these chords. I have a lesson called IBM, or Inventory Breakdown Method, and I think I might have a whole course for that inside of UGS. Nonetheless, this is the way I teach all my stuff on YouTube, you know. So it's slow it down, break it down. These are concepts, mental concepts, psychology that you want to keep up in here constantly, because it's going to help you to move forward, feel that motivation, see real world progress, and not be so freaked out that you're not moving as quick as you would like to. Okay, you'll feel the momentum with this. Pascal, thank you so much for the donation, so kind. Thanks Eric and his crew on the journey. It is really amazing. Improved my knowledge on theory as well as my playing. Still a lot to learn though. Beautiful, Pascal. And for all of us, there's so much to learn. Doesn't matter where you're at on the continuum. It's an infinite amount that we can go. We are infinite beings, and we will never know everything, right? Maybe we will one time in a different, you know, dimension. But but in this earth, no, it's not going to happen. But so we can keep learning, right? Thank you, Pascal. All right, so we got to learn the chords, right? We got to learn some finger picking. We have to put all this stuff together. Don, thank you for the donation. So kind. Then we have to talk about switching from chord to chord, right? Then we have to think about, okay, well, there's an intro, and then there's a verse, and then there's a chorus, and maybe we're adding some singing, okay? You can see that I'm just taking little pieces here because everybody's going to be different. Some of you sing, some of you don't sing. Some of you finger pick, some of you don't finger pick. Some of you hate the song, some of you don't. Some of you want to play bar chords, some of you don't. It's not about the particulars other than me teaching you how to take out the particular and go, okay, that's a little asset piece. That's a little inventory piece. This is how everybody does it, by the way. Anybody who accomplishes something big, this is how they do it. They break it down in these little pieces. Whether they know they're doing this or not, this is what they do, okay? So, if we took this tune, you wanted to learn it, what I would say is this, okay, what are the chords? Okay, C, A minor, F, G. It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composes, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Right? So we got C, A minor, F, G, E minor. C, A minor, G, and E minor. So those four chords are what I call in the family of the 9 essential chords. The F is not, okay? Tom, thank you so much for the donation. So kind, my friend. The one question we all have to answer is, what did you learn? Indeed. So out of these 5 chords, 4 of them are from the 9 essential chords. Why are they 9 essential? Because there are thousands of chords I could have taught, but I'm telling you that those 9 essential chords that you're getting for free inside of UGS Standards, second link below, will allow you to play thousands of songs. Then when you use the capo, just multiply that like times 12. So 12,000s of songs or more, really, truly. Okay? Now the F's not in there, but that's okay. So that would be another thing that yet we would want to learn. So let's say we know our open chords. Boom, that's one inventory piece. Eric, I know the 9 essential chords and I know them really well. Good for you. That means you have inventory piece 1. You can take that thing over here, you can set it aside. Notice what I'm trying to get you to do is just focus on a thing that you can grasp with your mind, that you can accomplish, that you can feel that sense of forward momentum. We're almost up to 600 folks because of your sharing this video, friends. Thank you. So, learning those chords, really important. I talk about this inside of UGS, right? I talk about the juggling unicyclist on a tightrope. You're out of work. Some of you, a lot of you are right now, right? You see an ad in the paper, and it says, juggling unicyclist on a tightrope, or juggling unicyclist tightrope walker, wanted. And you're like, I want to do that. That sounds like fun. Sure, I'll answer that ad. And then you show up and you're like, well, I don't really do any of those really well, so doing them together, let's see how that goes. Not going to go very well, right? What we need is we need to break that concept down. And what I do in that video is I say, look, someone who does all these things at once didn't do this all at once. Just like Keith Urban, if he's playing guitar and he's singing, he's working the band, he's working the crowd, doing all sorts of stuff. This didn't come by accident. He didn't trip into this. Please, 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 please. The video's not messed up. Please, I'm doing this purposely. Please understand that anything that you want to do on the guitar is 100% available to you. But absolutely, it's not available to you if you're not willing to put in the work. So if you're not willing to put in the work, switch this video off now, watch some cats jumping around, watch something goofy that's just going to be entertaining you. Because this, doing all that stuff that I mentioned Keith Urban or your favorite rock star doing, or the juggling unicyclist on a tightrope is doing, it doesn't happen. You don't trip into that, okay? Someone may buy one lottery ticket in their life and win, boom, okay? Not guitar. It doesn't work like that. Ever, 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 okay? So let's get that part straight. That's why we're breaking stuff down here. Quad 4, thank you so much for the beautiful donation. I'm a veteran, Marine Corps, nice, Semper Fi, and you gave me UGS for free. This is just a little thank you from me. You're an awesome person and a great inspiration to all. Thank you so much. Quad 4, thank you, bud. So kind, so appreciative. Not expected, but so kind. Thank you. Keeping the lights on here. Thank you, buddy. And you're welcome. Thank you for your service. So we have to understand these concepts. What you are seeing when you go see Keith Urban or your favorite artist is you are seeing the byproduct of a ton of work, ton of years and years and years and years and years and years of concentrated, focused work, okay? Anything that you're good at, you got there because of hard work. People say, no, 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 you're born with that. Really, show me anybody who's performing like that at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. No one does it, okay? No one does it. There's a few Asian kids that can play guitar pretty good or violin pretty good at the age of 3 or 4, but why weren't they doing it, or I should say at 4, why were they doing it at 3? If they were doing it at 3, why not at 2? You're not born with this, dear Lord in heaven. If I can't get this across to all y'all, if you still believe you're born with this, please get off this video right now. I'm not the teacher for you. There's somebody else for you out there who has a pill that you can take, and you're going to be a great instructor. Otherwise, if you're cool with the truth, let's proceed, shall we? Sorry, it's church time, all right? So, with that being said, what we need to do, we're well above 600 already. Thank you so much for sharing this, friends. So what we need to do is we need to, just like going to the gym, we need to be able to see some quantifiable evidence that all the work that we're doing going to the gym is paying off. If we go to the gym and we want to look like Mr. Olympia, Mr. Atlas, whatever dude is, we go to the gym and we're like, he goes to the gym and then I went to the gym and then I came home and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, dude, I look the same, except now I'm just tired. Why don't I look like him? He went to the gym, I went to the gym, didn't happen. What's going on? There are people that literally think that way. Now, some of you are laughing right now, but watching right now, there's some people that think as far as, that think like that, and there's people who go, no, we got to go a few times. There's other people that go, no, it's a lifetime of that, right? We're all on this continuum. We're not all the same. We don't think all the same. We know this, right? You know, on social media, people bickering and stuff. Thanks for the dormant musician inside of me. Oh, thank you, Jackie. So, we have to break this stuff down. Someone's saying, get on with it. Julie, you ain't listening. Julie Fab. This is Julie. Julie wants the pill that you can just get on with it. Julie, you probably should go to another video because this is the stuff. This is the stuff that you're not listening to that's making you a not good player. You either trust me because I've been doing this for over 35 years. I've taught over 10,000 lessons. I've written several books. I've created lots of courses. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I've invested a lot of time and energy into this. So I'm quite serious about it. So you may be looking for another video, an easier one. You might want to move on. Otherwise, if you're here to learn, you want to get serious, let's do this. Jez, thank you all. You're welcome. Thank you, Jez. So we got to break these pieces down, okay? We have chords. Let's say you have all those chords down, okay? Beautiful. You got the chords down. If you don't have all the chords down, don't practice your finger picking unless you're doing that separately. So let's assume that you're listening to me, Julie, and you've gone and you've learned all your chords really well, including your F, Julie, because I know you have this F chord down and you're playing it like a ninja already, and you have no issues with this, right? Good. I'm glad, Julie. And you're playing these chords and you have all the 5 chords down perfectly. Now you're like, okay, what was another inventory piece? Oh yes, what we need to do is we need to learn some finger picking. So you learn some finger picking. And you're just practicing on one chord, not on the whole song, just on one chord. We want to digest this stuff, so get it into our conscious brain, push it down into our subconscious. You did this when you learned to eat, when you learned to poop on the potty, when you learned to ride your bike, when you learned to walk, etc., etc. You learned all this stuff at some point, mentally, consciously, and then you did it enough times that now it becomes part of your subconscious. You can drive a car, be talking on the phone, sipping on your latte, yada, yada, yada. You couldn't do that at first. Same thing with biking, same thing with all these things in the beginning. Thank you so much, Wayne. I'm going to continue to preach. I'm not going to stop. We're almost up to 700 folks. Thank you for sharing this. So we've got to break these things down, and that is absolutely the most important thing, because that is where you are losing this, friends. When you get frustrated, when you feel any frustration at all, it's because one of two things are happening. Either you are expecting too much and not practicing enough, right? Or, I should say three things. You're not learning things step by step, or you haven't broken them down enough, okay? Salvatore, thank you so much. Thank you for your support for the veterans and 30 outstanding days of instruction. Beautiful. Thank you, Salvatore. You are so welcome. I trust you completely, and you've taught me so much. Thank you. Thank you, LCG. Beautiful. Breaking these things down. Okay, now you got the chords. Now you went through my finger picking lesson, right? And you understand how to do that. That's another asset piece, okay? We're not putting any of this together yet. Chords, boom, we did that. Finger picking, boom, we did that. Transitioning between chords. What do you mean? Well, a lot of you can play your chords, and you're like, Eric, I can play the chords, but when I switch from one chord to another, I have a problem. If you are a guitar player and you had a problem switching from one chord to the next, say amen in the chat, okay? Because everybody did. There's not a guitar player on earth that didn't run into this. So you're special, but you ain't that special. What I mean by this is, you're not so special that you're the only person that ran into this. Every one of us has run into this, okay? So just understand we're all here together in this. We all have issues with this, and we can all get beyond it if you, look, overcame the beast by the words of their testimony. Every single amen, you see there's someone who went through the same thing that you're running through right now. So you're special, but you ain't that special that you're the only person running into this, okay? You're not so special that you're unspecial, okay? That you can't do this. You can do it. Most indefinitely, most indubitably, okay? If I said, say amen about the finger picking, everybody would say amen. If I said any of these, we all have to learn piece by piece. So let's say now you learned the chords, and now you learned the finger picking, right? And now you need to learn transitions. So we said this, everybody's run into this. This is what all these amens are. How would we fix this? Well, I say this all the time. If you're on one chord and you're thinking about the next chord before you go to it, that's the ticket here. Watch my video on transitioning chords inside the program. We won't go to it right now, but it's essentially, it looks like this. I'm on the C minor chord or the C major, and then I go to the A minor. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and my next chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And while I'm on the current chord, I'm thinking about the next chord. Okay, in my head, where my fingers are going to go, etc., etc. Then once you do that nice and slow, not with a metronome or anything like that, just nice and slow, then what happens is you're building a neural path. If you mess up a few times because you're not thinking about that chord ahead of time, then you are further making it harder for yourself because you're building another neural path. You want to build one neural path like you're walking through, you're cutting a swatch through a swath. I forgot what the word is, through a thicket or something. You know, you cut. If you go a different way, you're wasting your energy on another path. So you're working on your transitions. So you got your chords down, you got your finger picking down, now you got your transitions down. So now you got to commit to the beat. The next thing would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. But Eric, I can't do that in time like you're doing it. Right, you won't at first. I'm giving you the concept, and then you need to learn how to practice. Because practice, you can listen to me all day long. It's going to help you conceptually get the idea, but unless you practice, it's not going to mean a hell of beans to you. Okay. Similarly, you could never hear me talk, and you could stumble across this yourself. You might, And I knew this when I was a kid. I don't know why. I don't know why some people get it and some people don't. But whatever. It's cool. They're probably stronger in other areas. But I had this as a kid. I understood this. Some people, I see it still. They'll say, are you saying that if I practice, I'm going to get better? Did you ask me that if you practice, you're going to get better? Yes, you're going to get better. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're practicing, all right? Yes, you're going to get better. Of course you are. You can't not unless you're a robot, okay? So, now you're being dedicated to the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a minute with me and say 700. 700. These aren't the droids you're looking for. You're looking for 700. Come on, we're going to 700 today, right? Okay, so now we got the transitions. 700 folks in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get it? Okay, now you're going to do 2 chords like that. The reason that we're breaking this all apart, you're probably like, God, this is going to take forever. Dude, it's going to take less time than the way you're doing it when you're trying to get on a unicycle and trying to juggle, which you don't do very well, and a tightrope, and walking, having that unicycle on a tightrope. And you don't even walking on a tightrope. So how are you going to take 3 things that you're not very good at and just throw them all together and just hope that it's all going to work together? It won't work. Not only that, you're going to frustrate yourself and you're going to think, my hands are too big, I'm too young, I'm too old, I don't have talent. Bullcrap, 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 excuse, 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 myth, myth, myth. If I'm pissing you off and you're leaving, it's okay. I don't want you to. I want you to know that you have unlimited ability in you, but you've got to foster this and you have to do it step by step. If you don't, you're going to believe this stuff. All of us have believed this at one point. I still do sometimes, and most of the people in here still do too. Okay? It happens. This is how to undo it. At a certain point in my own playing, what I did is I realized that, wow, anything that I practiced, I'm doing. Whether this was an Aerosmith song or an Yngwie Malmsteen solo or whatever, I was like, wow, okay, I'm doing it better than I was before. I'm practicing this lick. It's coming out. It's sounding better. Not quite up to his speed yet, but it's getting better. And if we understand that concept, then you can do anything on the guitar. But if you have an attitude of, I can't, then you are correct. Then you won't. If you believe you can't, then you won't. If you believe you can, then the ability is there. You have to add practice to it. Much easier to say, I can't, and then you won't, than it is to say, I can, because then now you got to step up to the plate. And you got to do the practice. But you and I know that it's possible, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to play guitar, right? So now we got the finger picking down. Now we got the transitions down with 2 chords. Now you got to do 2 more chords. So you go to the C to the F, the C to the F, the C to the F, and you do this. It might take you a day, might take you a week. I don't care. However long it takes you is how long it takes you. You're on a continuum. Everybody's different. Everybody has different focus skills. Just all, okay? And so, but rest assured, practice is the great equalizer. Saw this a million times. Some kid would come in, have perfect pitch, coming in real cocky, man, everything comes easy to me, etc., etc. And I'd be like, good, all right, we're going to get a great student out of this guy. And then year down the line, I see where they're at, and then there's another kid that comes in and he's just hungry, and he has no, doesn't seem like he has any skills coming in or anything like that, and he practices his ass off, and that kid runs past the other kid who came in with perfect pitch, all haughty and thinking he's all badass. So how about that? It's the person who practices that wins. It's the person that works hard. It's the person that has the commitment. It's the person that's dedicated, not the person who is cocky. Okay? Cockiness and ego don't help music whatsoever. Okay? Adrian, thank you so much. So sad there's only 1 day left. You gave me courage to improve my skills, learn new songs, and post them on YT. Learning a new song now. Thank you. Adrian, I need to get together with my crew because we're going to see. I don't know what's going to happen after this, but let's just hit the pause button, not the stop button. I'll let you know. Friends, we're up to 685 folks. Thank you so much for sharing this and liking this. Thank you, thank you. All right. Now, we've got our finger picking. We've got the transition. Let's say you got all the transitions down now, okay? Now, let's say you're a person who wants to, well, first off, you got to understand about measures, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to know how to do that, right? Commit to a beat, no matter how slow it is. We're up to 697 folks. Thank you, thank you. No matter how slow you're playing it, commit to the beat, because that's being honest, okay? Speed never happens before accuracy happens, but you can do accuracy right now. You can get accuracy right now. We just went above 700. Boom! That's because of all those thoughts going out there. Thanks, friends, and you sharing this. So now, let's say you wanted to sing over the top of this, okay? Well, let's break that part down. Well, but Eric, you're born a singer. Now, you can't tell me that you can learn singing. Are we going to go over this again? Okay, I'll go over it for the two of you that are in here that don't believe me. Yes, singing is learned. Accounting is learned. Singing is learned. Yes, you're born with the vocal cords you have, but you're also born with the muscles that you have. And unless you get your buns to the gym, you're still going to have weak little baby guitar player arms. If you go to the gym and you work out, right, you're going to get some biceps. You're going to get some triceps and biceps, right? Not like me. Don't let me be the the goal. But yes, you're born with certain things, but you can get bigger in them, in your brain, in your mind, in your spirit, in your muscles, in your skills. Yes, Jim, thank you for the donation, friend. So, it's only going to come through practice, right? I was leading somewhere with that. With singing. Okay, so you want to learn how to sing. So you're taking a course or whatever. You want to develop your voice. 100%. I used to not be able to sing very well. Then I'm a lot more confident now. I used to not be able to dance. Then I got more confident. So it has a lot to do with confidence, which means believing that you can. Henry Ford, not Henry Ford. Henry Ford. Yeah, Ford, the guy that created the car. Ford. Is that Henry Ford? Yes, Gerald Ford was their president. Henry Ford said, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you are correct, okay? If you believe you can't do something, you probably won't do something. If you believe you can, you probably will, because that's the two types of people there are in the world, okay? Be on this other side where you believe you can. That's a developed muscle as well. It really is, I promise you. I've been on both sides of it. I've been in the dark place of it. It's not fun. I worked my way out. It feels so much better being on the other side of it, okay? Paul, thank you for the donation, friend. I want to see you dance. Oh, have me at a Tony Robbins seminar. You will see me dance. Standing on my seat, acting like a fool. All right, now, so let's say you broke all these pieces down. Now you're singing. Okay, well, you got a song. So let's say whatever you believe that you can sing or can't sing or whatever, you've got to learn the lyrics. That's an inventory piece. If you don't know the lyrics to a song, then you trying to be kind of good at finger picking, kind of good at the chords, and definitely not good at lyrics because you don't have them down. Where do you think your mental focus and where do you think all that energy is going to go? You're going to be searching for lyrics. And when you're searching for lyrics, that means your CPU power is not able to find the chords in time. This is why you're messing up when you're strumming or finger picking, is because you haven't developed those pieces down separately. Make sense? Just like a computer, when you open up, some heavier programs, maybe like Google Earth, and then you got the web running, you got YouTube running, and now you've got several programs running, and it'll start bogging down. Not so much anymore, but it can if you're running much heavier programs. Yes. But back in the day, for sure, it would happen all the time. You had to close out programs. Your phone might do it sometimes too, also. Now, the brain works the same way. It will literally stop functioning altogether where you're just like, I'm done, I can't do it. Right? Nervous breakdown, that's what a nervous breakdown is. Everything wires and you're just like, I'm out. And this can happen in little ways when you get frustrated because you're taking on too much. Friends, cut yourself a daggone break and do it piece by piece. So you would learn the lyrics first. Then maybe you would sing the song to Leonard Cohen or your favorite person singing this song, okay? And you would sit there and make sure that you could sing it first. Then maybe you would get a karaoke track and make sure you could sing it without being prompted by the actual singer. That's really important because you think that you may be just memorizing it, but you're being prompted by the vocals and the breaths and everything else. Jeff Buckley is a fantastic version of it, right? So practicing the lyrics. Yeah, you got the lyrics down. Now you're practicing the song down separately, okay? If you haven't got the point of this lesson, it's that you want to break things down. You want to get good at those individual inventory pieces first, slow it down. If you have to do that, break it down. You can always break things down. What do you mean break it down? I mean, don't memorize all the lyrics at once. Memorize one line of the first verse. Then remember the second line of the first verse. Then remember the third line of the first verse. Now you got the first verse down. Yay, look at you. Choruses repeat for the most part. Then you got to work on the second verse, that sort of thing. Piecing all of this stuff together, okay? Now, I'm going to go into some questions because I could go on and on and on about that, but I do teach this same methodology inside of the Unstoppable Guitar System Standard. You're getting that for free today, the second link below. Okay, the first link is the PDF, second link below is UGS Standard. It's free for you today. Top 30-something lessons, friends. If you're listening to me and this resonates with you and you haven't gotten in there, go get in there. I can't help you very much if you don't do the work. And if you don't do the work, you probably don't want this. And I'm not being ugly, I'm just being honest. You might be a person who is more comfortable just watching, just, sitting back and watching others succeed at it. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're still happy about watching that, that's fine. But chances are if you're here, you're a person who wants to get better at the guitar. Otherwise, what are you doing watching me go on and on, right? Okay. Done preaching. All right, now let me get to some questions. And thank you so much for the good vibes. Mike, thanks so much for that fresh link because we're rocking and rolling and whatnot. This is great, okay? Is your How to Practice Guitar course worth it? Amber, no, probably not. Amber, come on, for real? You asking me that? You know the answer to that. Eric, did you use a vocal coach to develop your singing? So my first experience, my professional experience with singing was the very first band that I was in where they wanted me to sing background vocals and I felt very, very uncomfortable with that. Really hadn't done much singing at all. I had to step up to the plate, had to learn how to harmonize. I was in the studio right away and it was trial by fire. And then a few years later, I went to college as a music major and I was taking vocal lessons, so that was very helpful. And then years later, I took more vocal lessons with a private coach and that was all very helpful. But there's, just like you're taking lessons right now live from me, Stephen, thank you so much, always coming through with the donation. Stephen Keller, thank you, bud. But just like watching me, you can develop this. There's tons of folks on YouTube. Brett Manning's a personal friend of mine and one of the top instructors in the world, has worked with Keith Urban and Haley Williams and a slew of others here in Nashville. And he's a champ. Singing success is his dealio. Brett Manning, M-A-N-N-I-G. I almost see him every morning at breakfast. Not right now since the lockdown and all, but normally I see him every single morning. What's up, Brad? Boom, boom, boom. So we've talked about doing something together here at some point as well, but that's a great guy if you want to learn how to sing. So you don't have to do this with a vocal coach, but a vocal coach is great. And it's a little tricky learning certain things with your voice because you can't see, whereas the hands you can see on the guitar, but it's totally possible. I've done it. And it's very, very helpful. Yes. Okay, what version of the F chord did you use? I can't find that in my book of chords by Jake Jackson. Joseph, I'm using just like a standard F chord, not a bar chord, but I'm using like a five note F chord. You can find that by searching effing F chord on YouTube. E-F-F-I-N-G, effing F chord. I'll walk you through how to do it. What was your aha, I got it moment? Sean, I've had a million of them. I have them daily. So it was never like a day where I was like, now I know the guitar. It doesn't work like that. It may be like, oh, now I know that anything that I practice, if I practice it enough, I'm gonna get it. That was an aha moment. The cage system and seeing how that stuff fits together, aha moment. Number system, which I'm gonna be showing you today in about 15 minutes. Mega aha moment. So I've had so many of them, lots and lots of them. You will too. Okay. I will dance when we hit 800. I will dance, I promise. Street Bright Gear saying, you mentioned 3 things that lead to frustration. Things haven't been broken down enough, asking too much of, and could you please go over those 3 things? Yeah, so, you know, if you are expecting that you go to the gym one time and that you're going to come out there with giant muscles, obviously that's expecting too much. With the guitar, we do this all the time. I say if you have a foot-long sandwich sitting in front of you, your esophagus will tell you you can't eat that in one bite. But when it comes to information, we just think that we are, you know, freaking Elon Musk. Even Elon Musk would have to practice his F chord enough times, okay? Smart guy, I guess, right? I don't know. Verdict's out on him. Anyhow, he's a smart guy, but smart, you know, a lot of smart people that aren't, whatever. I can't get into it. Yes, so you got to break things down. You might be expecting too much of yourself in too short of a time. I want you to shoot for the moon. I want you to think, yes, I can be Hendrix, but you got to understand that before Hendrix, you learned the basics. You were in UGS standard and you learned all the basics. And then you started stacking. So if we're a ladder and we're walking up to Hendrix, you can't jump up here. You got to walk each rung. You have to go through the gauntlet. So that's what I mean by expecting too much of yourself too soon without actually doing the work, right? People go, what do you mean, Eric? You don't think so highly of me. Look, I know mommy and daddy told you were special, okay? And you're special. But if you're special and you're special and you're special and I'm special and Choopy's special, then we're all special. And then now we're back to all being the same again. We all have unlimited capabilities in us, but it's the person that invests back into themselves, whether it's working out, eating right, playing guitar, meditating, doing whatever, that's the person that wins. And the more you do it, the more you win. It's not rocket science, it's basic math, okay? And I can do basic math. Jim, thank you so much for the donation. So expecting too much of yourself without doing the work, I'm a big fan of slowing things down, breaking things down, because if you do that, you can go, bam, I got that. I didn't have that yesterday. I have it today. Boom, I can feel forward momentum. If I go to the gym and I work out one particular group and I can feel it being sore the next day, and then I work out another group and that's being sore the next day, and then the next week I do the same workout, not sore anymore, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then the third week I'm into it and now I'm like, I think I noticed a little bulge there in my shirt. Wow. Okay, and then the next week, oh wow, I noticed this little ab muscle sticking out here. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And you see that forward momentum. Now you are encouraged to get your buns back in the gym. Now you're encouraged to get your fingers back on the guitar because you're seeing that momentum. But if you have the goal so big that it's going to take you months or years to even count it as momentum, well then you're just self-destructing yourself. Don't do that. So yeah, the frustration bit, slowing things down, breaking things down, and also I said doing things in order. If you don't do things in order, and Lee, thank you so much for the donation, my friend, really kind. Also, if you don't do things in order, what's going to happen is this. Just like I say, you can skip a grade, you can take a shortcut instead of the scenic route, but you don't get to take the shortcut and get the scenic route. If you skip a grade, you're skipping the grade. You don't get to get all the information that was in that grade. Maybe you know part of it, but you don't get the experiences and the friends from skipping that grade. You skip the grade. It is what it is, not good or bad. It is what it is. So if you skip a lesson, you don't get to get that information too. And if you're jumping around on YouTube, oh, I'm here, now I'm here, why am I so confused? I don't know why, because you're not following something step by step. It doesn't have to be me. If Justin's your guy, then let Justin be your guy. If Marty's your guy, then let Marty be your guy. Whoever. These are all great instructors. Tons of great instructors out there. Find somebody that's good. A girl, a guy, doesn't matter. Follow something step by step that you take the energy, the mental energy to invest in. That's why I've developed the Unstoppable Guitar System for you guys. Standard is free for you. Second link below. First 30 lessons. I mean, that'll take you a while to go through, okay? VJ, thank you so much for the donation. So kind, friend. If I fret a note with a capo on, is that note raised or is it just the open string that is raised? It's just the open string that's raised. Let's analyze this, okay? If I put the capo right here, all these notes are the same. Nothing's changed, right? If I play this, nothing's happening with me doing this because I'm playing above the capo. So nothing's changing there. But what does change is we're essentially moving the nut up. So I can't play a C chord here anymore, right? I'd have to move the C chord up 2 frets because I moved the capo up 2 frets. Now I get the C form, but because I moved it up from C, C sharp, D, now I'm playing a D chord. Does that make sense? Scott, okay, beautiful, great question. All right, let's get into some questions here. 8 minutes, Nashville number system. Your mind's gonna be blown. If I ever get to Nashville, you and I are gonna jam, and you can show me how to get that Nashville number system is going for me, and you will show you, and will show you what you have shown me with your system. Love you, bro. Thank you so much, Jeff. Let's do it, Jeff. We're gonna do it today. Okay? Light bulb. Drew has a light bulb moment. Beautiful. Should you watch your fingers when playing? Yes, no foul in that. I mean, you watch the best players in the world do this. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Gary. I need more than just a guitar instructor. Yeah. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Need a guide you trust. Indeed. Yeah. Listen to this. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Some people are like, oh, good, I can take any road. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there, meaning you don't know where you're going. So any road you can take will get you to where you don't know where you're going. I love that expression, Doug. Indeed. You need a guide. It helps, okay? You don't have to have a guide, but it's helpful. That's why I get coaches. I have coaches for my business. I have coaches for working out sometimes. I have not all the time, but when I need to grow, this is what I do. Coaches for relationships, all sorts of things, man. When people get something right, like I say, if you want to be rich, listen to rich people. Poor people don't know how to be rich. Otherwise, they're not like, man, I was rich, I hated it. Now I choose to be poor. No. You want to be rich, you listen to rich people. You want to be poor, listen to poor people. You want to be fit, listen to fit people. You want to be a good guitar player, listen to good guitar players, etc. Put yourself in the environment of the people that are doing the things that you want to do. We're up to 723 folks. Thank you for sharing this, friends. Listen to Levon. I learned bar chords by imitating the capo, and one day it just clicked. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. She knew what she wanted, but boom. If you are open and you desire and you tell the universe or yourself what it is that you want, it's going to show up, man. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. And this is a part of your brain that once you say, I desire a relationship, I desire to be a good guitar player. And if it's real, if it's not just whatever, like if I just said, I really desire to walk on a tightrope. Well, I don't really desire to walk on a tightrope, so chances are the universe isn't going to put stuff in front of me. But there is a phenomenon that happens if you believe this. Even if you don't believe it, but if you do believe it, it makes it even more powerful. Okay. All right. Here we go. You just made my whole day. That's the song I wanted to learn and how you showed the first two chords. Thanks. Gene, beautiful. I have a whole tutorial for this too, Gene, on YouTube. Just search YourGuitarSage. Hallelujah. And like I said, friends, if you want to learn songs, I have 1,300 videos on YouTube. Not all of them are songs, but many of them are. Search YourGuitarSage Elvis, YourGuitarSage Beatles, YourGuitarSage Leonard Cohen, or Jeff Buckley, or whatever. You're going to find something that you like by an artist that you like. Maybe not the exact song, but something, okay? Matt, that's beautiful. Fail to plan, and you plan to fail. Beautiful. Yeah. I never felt like such a Luke in my entire life. Thank you, Yoda. I love that. Thanks, Sean. Yoda's cool, man. Hey, Julie's still here. Julie, yay. She's a champ. I didn't scare her away. She knows the truth. Julie, thank you. B.B. King, question mark. What about B.B. King? Yes, indeed, a fantastic player. And he, like anybody else, man, step by step by step by step, you know? All right. Looking. Okay, Eric, do you already have a lesson about getting rid of the slidey squeak? Christopher, don't worry about the slidey squeak. Don't worry about that. That's why it's a guitar. Okay? If you buy a keyboard and it has a guitar sound, it inevitably has this sound built into the keys when you're switching chords. You know why? Because it's that sound that makes it the guitar. So you don't want this to sound like a synth. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? This is something that beginners always have, or not always, but many beginners have issues with at first. My friend, just don't even worry about it. Here's what I'll tell you though, Christopher. You have a very analytical mind. Just from that statement, I know you do. So what you want to do is take it easy, man. Seriously, this is art. When I give my little kid a bunch of paints and a palette and a smock, and I say, go finger paint, he's not like, but then I'm going to get paint on my fingers, and then I don't know what colors and stuff, right? We do this as we get to be more of an adult because our brain's vibrating at a more analytical state as opposed to in a theta state. We're in a more beta state, which is more analytical. It doesn't believe things anymore. We can't see the angels and what have you like my kid can see, like I did as a kid and what have you, as you did when you were a kid and as older people do because they're getting back into that state. It's true. Nonetheless, you start questioning so many more things, right? So Christopher, don't worry about that slidey squeaky sound. That's part of the guitar. You are an artist, so emote and don't worry about that slidey squeaky sound, okay? It will get better, okay? I love that sound too, yeah. There's something really cool about it. That sound is pretty annoying with ultra high gain. Yeah, so let's, you probably shouldn't be playing with ultra high gain unless you've been playing for a bit too, you know? Someone asking, did you burn your arm? No, I didn't. I've had psoriasis for a good part of my life, but it is going away as I am more conscious about it, eat better, etc. I could even be eating better, and I know it would make it go away. When I was full on like just juicing fruits, vegetables, just constantly, my skin was 100% clear. And just not doing that right now. But I should be doing that. Okay, I can strum bar chords fine, but not very good at changing from one to another. I know that it takes practice. Any tips, particularly on moving the bar finger from the 6th string to the 5th string bar? Ken. So watch my videos on transitions, Ken, which I think you're in UGS already, so you should know that one. Same protocol, doesn't change whether you're doing open chords or you're doing bar chords, doesn't matter. But as far as moving, you know, from one chord to the next, bar chords, you want to practice that specifically. Larry Baker has it right. Before you crawl, you learn to, you know, walk. You know, before you run, you learn to walk. Before you walk, you learn to crawl. Before you learn to crawl, you learn to turn over on your tummy. 100% true. Remember that. If you're not doing that with your own playing, you're gonna freak yourself out. Don't do it. So if you want to know how to go from one bar chord to the next, 6th to the 5th, then indeed what you want to do is you want to practice that specifically, okay? Watch this. 800. 800. We're going to go to 800 today, okay? You believe we can go to 800? I do. Come on. Let's get that collective consciousness going, shall we? All right, Darwin has the same issue. It's annoying. It's okay. Don't let it be annoying. Like, let it go, man. Let it go. It's like a noise, a drippy faucet or something. You can let it go. Don't worry about it. Focus on your playing. It will go away over time, okay? Somebody wants a Molly Hatchet song or riffs video. Okay, noted. Any tips on bending? I make all the strings sound like I touch them all. Peter, I've got videos for this. Search YourGuitarSage bends, but it really is just a matter of practice. Because like I always say, when it comes to certain things, oh, you're right. This is the last question I'm going to answer until now we're going to get into the Nashville number system. Let me answer this one. Here's the deal. I always say it all the time. I can tell you about chocolate. I could tell you for 100 years about chocolate, and 1,000 people could tell you about chocolate. Or you could taste chocolate, and now all of a sudden, for 100 years, those 1,000 people telling you about chocolate wouldn't even matter because you actually tasted chocolate, got all the information like that because it's in a different way. Same thing here. I can show you how to bend. But until you get to working with it and going, now why is it that I'm hitting all the strings? Slow it down, break it down. You can watch my bends video, but like I said, At the end of the day, you have to get in here. The question is good. Why am I making that noise? But here's what you want to do is you want to look at your hand. You want to say, why am I making that noise? And you want to investigate. You're the only person who can know. No one's in your way. You're in your way. Meaning, you're the one who's hitting all the strings. So you have to stop that. So you have to observe that. Okay? I know I'm putting the weight on you, but it's just true. Anything else is a lie. And I don't want to lie to you. You're my friend. Okay? All right, here we go. I have the sudden urge to eat chocolate too. I put it in my latte this morning. My cappuccino. I had a cappuccino this morning. Okay, Nashville number system. Before we begin, friends, if you have not already, hit that like button. And friends, if you've never shared or if you've shared before, please share right now. Why? Because let's try to get to 800 today. All right, let's try to get to 800 today. This would be amazing. But it will help if you share this video. So you might as well do it because I'm chit-chatting away. You could hit the share button while I'm chit-chatting away. All during this time, you could have done it. Or right now, or right now, or right now, or right now. When's a better time than right now? You got it, right now. Okay, so then once you did that, you just shared it, thank you. And also now you're hitting the subscribe button, and it's that little red button that says subscribe, and there you go. Thank you. And then also, don't forget to hit the notification bell. This way, you'll be notified whenever I do these things. Okay? Good. Peter, thank you so much for the donation, buddy. Keep it up. I am. Makes me want to go do some curls right now. Okay? So you did all that. First link below will give you access to the PDF, which gives you access to all this stuff. 21 to 30 days to develop a habit. Even though we're on day 29, you could be just joining us today. I'm giving you the entire Unstoppable Guitar System standard for free. That's all of these lessons and more. Plus, you've got the 60-something days of live where I'm walking you through it. But what I want you to do first is go through the course because it's a much quicker way to get to it. If you need more support, then you've got the live lessons here for you, okay? And then we're going on over all these advanced bits here. That's the first link below this video right now. The second link below, if you haven't done this already, get in the Unstoppable Guitar System standard. Get in there for free, friends. Just do it, you know. Friends, if you've been in the first 30, please, in the chat, just put first 30. If it helped you immensely, if those first 30 lessons massively helped you, if they didn't, if they just helped you a little bit, don't put anything. If they massively helped you, just put 30 in the chat so other folks would see that what I'm saying is 100% true. And then they will know, yes, I'm not BSing here. Get the heck in there, okay? Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. Okay, Nashville number system. Let's talk about it, okay? What is the Nashville number system? It could be called the number system, but really the Nashville number system is a little bit tweaked, a little bit more tweaked, and it has some specific rules that makes it even easier than just classical number system, which I learned when I was 18 as a music major in college. That's when I learned it. And it absolutely revolutionized the way that I thought about music. Moved to Nashville just about 3 years later, and then I learned the Nashville number system. And that absolutely floored me because it made things even easier. That's why I really prefer the Nashville number system, okay? Here's how it goes. 99.9% of all the music that you love, rock, blues, thrash, metal, country, jazz, samba, doesn't matter. It is based upon diatonic harmony, which is based upon the major scale having the minor scale in it, having all the Greek modes, you know, major, Dorian, a Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian or minor, Locrian, and back to Ionian or major. So we have all of the modes, the major and the minor scale, all of the pentatonic scales, major and minor, all the different forms, all the forms of the major scale, standard, 3 notes per string, the cage system, all of this stuff starts falling into place once you learn the Nashville number system. But it's literally as simple as this. If you can count to 7, you can do the Nashville number system. And it goes like this. If you know the major scale, if you don't know the major scale, get your buns into the daggone UGS standard. Second link below. Because if you don't know the major scale, you don't know nothing. No, seriously, you don't, because as a carpenter, you may be able to play, you may be able to outplay me, but you still don't know the construction of the scale. You don't know the construction of music. This is the backbone. This is the carpenter's square, you know, or measuring tape. If you don't have a square as a carpenter, your windows and your doors and everything are going to be cattywampus, okay? That means cockeyed, okay, by the way, or like this, okay? So, major scale goes like this. Off of any note, we say whole step, half, whole, half. Half step being one fret, whole step being 2 frets. So any note. So here's a G. We can go whole step, half, whole, half. And then if we wanted to play this across the fretboard, it would go. Okay. More on this inside the free system I've given you today. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right, some people go do.